spiritual, man. That ain't no, it ain't cause it's somewhere they live or the water they drink.
Right.
We all eating and drinking the same stuff. The Most High made them that way, man. Go ahead, brother.
Therefore God give thee of the dew of heaven and the fatness of the earth and plenty of corn and wine. Let people serve thee and nations bow down to thee. Be Lord over thy brethren and let thy mother's son bow down to thee. Cursed be every one that curseth thee, and blessed be he that blesseth thee. And it came to pass as soon as Isaac has made an end of the blessing Jacob, and Jacob was yet scarce gone out from the presence of Isaac his father, that Esau his brother came in from the hunt. And he also had made Savior meat and brought it unto his father, and said unto his father, let my father arise and eat of his son's venison, that thy soul may bless me. And Isaac his father said unto him, Who art thou? And he said, I am thy son, thy firstborn Esau. And Isaac trembled very exceedingly and said, Who?
Yeah.
Where is he that has taken venison and brought it to me? And have I eaten all of before thou camest, and have blessed him? He and he shall be blessed. And when Esau heard the words of his father, he cried with a great and exceeding bitter cry, and said unto his father, Bless me, even me also, my father. And he said, Thy brother came with subtlety.
Right. Jacob.
And has taken away thy blessing.
You got your blessing, son. I don't know what to tell you.
Hey, I don't know what to tell you. I already gave it to him.
That's what threw me off too. Yeah. He didn't really get that bad. He just said,
I'll bless you. I'll give you something. You come tell him.
And he said, Is not he right named Jacob? For he has supplanted me these 2 times.
That's what Jacob means.
Right.
I mean, he got game.
He didn't steal him. He didn't steal it. He supplanted for it.
Hey,
Ran game.
made him give it up.
Like we ain't there, yeah. He ran game. Then that's what Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans do. They run game.
That's how we survive in this hellhole,
That's
man.
it. Right. We gotta run game.
We gotta figure out a way to make it happen with nothing, bro.
What the white man always say, you gotta watch them niggers.
Right.
They're slick.
Right. With your slick nigga ways. Did you fool them with your slick nigga ways, That's what old master else said.
Yeah, hey.
Did you stop playing with your slick nigga ways?
Oh, man. That's how you do shit.
That's how we gotta get down, man.
We got to.
Because we don't got nothing.
We ain't got shit.
We on the bottom of the barrel. That's another way that we know that these are the children of Israel. Because we the ones that's going through these curses that are written about, man. We the ones that's at the bottom of the barrel, but yet, without us, this world wouldn't run. We do all the work.
Hey, that boy down.
We ain't got nothing, man. We ain't got nothing. That's all day long.
Right.
There go again. We at the bottom of the barrel. But why? The so-called white man got us down.
Right.
But keep reading now.
Hey, see, cats, just real quick, cats like that, they not interested in finding out how they can improve themselves and why they're in that condition. Just like y'all out here trying to get it, trying to get that dollar. That's all they worried about, man. So we don't have nothing for people like that. You see what I'm saying? We don't have nothing.
That's right.
Speak on that, man. Go ahead, brother.
And he's talking about the dogs, right? The song says something about the dogs. They come like dogs or something. They act like they want to hear the word. They're going to say, can I have a dollar at the end of it?
But when they talk about the dogs, they talking about the other nations, the heathen. But the scripture tell you, help not a sinner, man. You see what I'm saying? They're not trying to get this word, man. You know what I'm saying? They're not trying to.
That's they turn away.
Right, bro. So I don't have. The Most High said help not a sinner. So I'm not going to go against the Most High. So go ahead, brother. Right.
For he has supplanted me these 2 times. He took away my birthright, and behold, now he has taken away my blessing. And he said, Hast thou not reserved a blessing for me?
Right.
And Isaac answered and said unto Esau, Behold, I have made him thy lord, and all his brethren have I given to him for servants, and with corn and wine have I subtained him. And what shall I do now unto thee, my son? And Esau said unto his father, Hast thou but one blessing, my father?
Crying.
Bless me, even me also, O my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept.
Woo!
And Isaac his father answered and said unto him, Behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth, and of the dew of the heaven from above.
That's right.
And by the sword shalt thou live, and shalt serve thy brother. And it shall come to pass when thou shalt have the dominion, that thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck.
Go back up. The verse before that.
And Isaac his father answered and said unto him, Behold, thy dwelling shall be in the fatness of the earth,
That's right.
and of the dew of heaven from above.
Read, keep going.
And by thy sword shalt thou live.
By the sword shall he live. Who live by the sword, man? Who the one manufacturing all these guns? Who created the ICBM, the intercontinental ballistic missiles, the nuclear missiles? It ain't none of these people. When we use weaponry, it was to go to war against our enemies, true. But
Not even the Americans, they believe, the Native Americans, they believe they just captured them.
right, we was because we are peaceful people, man.
Got something back to throw those.
Okay, bring that out. I got something right after that.
Hebrews 12 and 17. This is the back up right with the brother reading right now. Let the Hebrews 12 and 16. Lest there be any fornicator or profane person as Esau, who for one morsel of meat sold his birthright. For ye know how that afterward, when he would have inherited the blessing, he was rejected. For he found no place of repentance, though he sought it carefully with tears. What he reading about right now? Esau crying, begging for a blessing. Go ahead, brother.
And he ain't trying to repent, he just like crying about it.
Yeah.
Like he ain't doing nothing about it, he crying about it. And he was meek. Meek means like naive, right? Like humble.
Right, that's what it means.
Right.
Well, that was like the brother brought out earlier, that usually the blessing goes to the oldest son.
Yeah.
But the Most High had it set up already that it didn't go like that in this particular instance, man. He put the spirit on Esau to sell his birthright for some damn meat, man. You know, and after he sold the meat, he was hungry. And that hunger was more important to him than his birthright, so he sold it. So after you know, he don't have his birthright, so now he going to his father begging, crying like a bitch. Please give me something, give me.
I know you gotta have
okay, you
another
have
blessing.
something for me. No, it's already given to Jacob. He got it.
The birthright was gone, but he gave him the fatness.
He's gonna serve his younger brother, right?
Right. That's right. Hey, go back to Genesis and read that last verse. The fatness of the earth gone.
And Isaac his father answered and said unto him, Behold, thy dwelling shall be in the fatness of the earth, and of the dew of the heaven from above.
Wait, go one more verse. Get Job.
And Esau said unto his father, Hast thou but one blessing, my father? Bless me even also, O my father. And Esau lifted up his voice and wept. And Isaac his father answered and said unto him, Behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth, and of the dew of heaven from above.
Bring that out. Keep reading.
And by the sword thou shalt live.
Right.
And shalt serve thy brother. And it shall come to pass when thou shalt have the dominion, that thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck.
See, the blessing. Hold on. The blessing what he received was the blessing of the Lord.
Right. It goes back to Cain.
That's right. So, who is the one with they got all this war going on? Who's the one always talking about my right to bear arms and all my, you know, the so-called white man do that, man? Because he knows that his blessing is the sword. So he lived by the sword, man. These so-called white, when you said that was Charleston Heston?
Right, Charleston Heston at the National Rifle Association. They were going into, banning certain weapons. He said, shit, you proud out of my cold, dead hand.
Yeah, that's
because that's the so-called white man's blessing. The sword, the gun. But they damn sure ain't gonna go hand to hand. The so-called white man is a coward, man.
And he weak.
And he weak as hell. The weakest man walking. Man, we didn't even know disease till the white man come along.
Right.
The so-called Native Americans, man, it was a paradise over here before the white man came. Down there in South America, a paradise for the conquistadors showed up, man. They came and ruined everything. And I'm going to read you why. This is Habakkuk 2. The book of Habakkuk 2 and 4. Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him.
At all.
But the just shall live by his faith.
Right.
Yea, also, because he transgressed by wine, he is a proud man.
Right.
Now, who's more proud than the so-called white people? Man, they walk around, they come walking through you, they don't say, excuse me. They think anything they say is what it is, and it ain't nothing else. They proud, man.
Right.
When you graduate, what's the name of that song?
Pomp and circumstance.
Pomp means pride. This whole America, which is nothing more than a corporation, which is run by the so-called white race, is just a proud, man, it ain't nothing more proud than an American, man. It's mainly a so-called white American. They're proud people.
Right, they're proud of this so-called nation. They're proud of this so-called country. This country was built on rape, robbery, and murder, man, of our people, man. How can you fucking be proud of that shit, bro?
Started what? Well, because masonry actually go back. We the original masons.
They just took it to the other side.
We built the pyramids, man. We was in slavery under the Egyptians. These people built the pyramids. To this day, they can't figure out how that was done.
Old people.
Right. And they still standing to this day.
Right. Now, they can build all this shit to the sky. Man, when you in Michigan, you probably been to other places. Man, in other cities, they got skyscrapers way taller than this shit. They can build that shit up too. You can't see the top of it, but they can't duplicate the pyramids, man. That was built thousands of years ago. That showed their inferiority, man. And they lack of knowledge. And the scripture said they transgressed by wine. Those wines are different. It's not talking about actual wine. It's talking about different philosophies, man.
Right.
Like telling us we African Americans, telling you Mexicans when you're not. You're the tribe of Issachar.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I read one of the passages about the wine, like don't mix old wine with new wine. So that's basically the ways of thought, sir.
The philosophies of the world, right.
Do it.
Right.
Habakkuk 2 and 5. Yea, also because he transgressed by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home.
Right.
And that's
right.
The so-called white man.
Right.
He want to be everywhere else.
Right. And tell everybody else what the fuck
what to do with they country.
Yep.
This used to be your people's land. Where we at right now.
Yep.
Texas used to be what is called Mexico.
As California.
California. New Mexico.
Right.
Arizona.
Ain't that a bitch? A New Mexico.
Right.
A New Mexico.
Ain't that a bitch?
Well, gee, wasn't nothing wrong with those.
Wasn't nothing wrong with Hey.
But that's his MO. And the scripture's going to describe his MO. It says, neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied.
Right.
But gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth him all people. Who do that, man? They go to Iraq, they steal all the they stole all the resources here.
Right.
And no matter how they got, man, bring out Job 9 and 24.
Job 9 and 24, it reads, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked.
Who run the earth, man? So they are the wicked. got the whole earth. Everything. They got it all. Even, man, even like Mexico, you think, okay, we got Mexican officials.
Really, I read about Mexico.
That's not true.
Really, the white man, I don't know who he was, the white dude came over there and taught them American business ways, and that's how they became so in debt.
And that's that wine.
That's how they owe England, China, that's why they so poor. Yeah.
That's that wine that we devoured with.
Right. And really, it was a white man as a president in the Mexican Revolution.
Yeah.
So it wasn't really Mexicans trying to mess with them.
No.
What?
That's them conquistadors, them conquerors.
Bro, we don't run, these people don't run nothing.
But they found.
Hey, do you guys mind if I ask any questions?
Well, we out here every Saturday. But once you go online, you can look. We online. We're on YouTube. Our elders on YouTube. The ones that we learned from. Just go to that web address that the brother gave.
Yeah, write this other one down too, bro. On that paper that I gave you.
Let me give you a piece of paper. That way you know.
I gave you the paper I gave you, bro.
And no matter what you take from this today, just know that you are an Israelite, man. And more than likely, you're from the tribe of Issachar, man.
You go on YouTube, it's GMS 50 and the word shekels, SHEKELS. GMS 50 shekels. And remember that other one, greatmillstone.info.
Yeah, I got that.
Okay. And that's that greatmillstone.info, that's the one you need to, because the one that GMS 50 shekels, that's us out here. But the elders is who you need to start listening to and get yourself built
The reason
up.
I gave you that hour, the GMS 50 shekels is on the YouTube. You can send messages on that.
Right,
so
yeah.
You can correspond with us on that.
You got a
The Most High, man. The Most High power, man.
You're an Israelite, man.
All right, man. All right. So once again, hey, man. And see, let me say this, man. Let me say this, man. And we always talk about this. Hey, man. We're in Houston, Texas, man. The fourth largest city in the United States, man. It's millions of Latinos out here, man. Hey, man. There should be numerous Latino tribes out here, man. This is the place of wickedness, man. That was the so-called Latino, but he was from Michigan, man. You see what I'm saying? These motherfuckers out here are wicked as fuck, man. These fucking spirits out here, man, they fucking wicked as fuck, and you're gonna be put to fucking death, man. I just had to say that shit,
Oh,
man.
that's amazing, man. When he said that, man, I was like, Michigan. Oh, ain't nothing. Exactly came to my mind. I was like, hey,
He ain't like the rest of
he ain't like the rest of them, man. Like y'all brought last time, man. The elders come down here, man.
Right.
slow, backwards,
Right.
shiftless niggas. Oh, man. Sambos and cool.
Right, man.
Amazing. These are the simplest Negroes upon the planet down here in the South. Look at Jake. Woo! Please go step in front of the train, man.
Everything was
Next week, you bastard.
Hey, man, this dude got his eyes closed, hands in the pocket.
You might as well walk right out to the
This
train.
might be it. Watch it. This might be it.
Lord willing.
Hey, man, that dude just come out of Domino's, man. Hey, what the hell they giving that dude Domino's, man?
Hey, that shirt. He didn't have that shirt when he came
No,
home.
sir.
They put that old nasty shirt on it, man. They really making mockery of
Yeah,
it,
they are.
man.
Yeah, they are.
Y'all brothers got something, man. Huh?
Abad Babal.
Hey, man, definitely destruction to this wicked ass place, man. Definitely destruction, man. Because this is a filthy, defiled place, man. That can only be
Cleansed by
cleansed
fire.
by fire. And it will be cleansed by fire, man. By fervent heat, man, that's going to melt the elements, man. And righteously so, man. Amen. Amen. Please, amen. And the brother was talking about the other day, man. That's why Jake was singing that song, Swing Down, Sweet Chariot, man. Please come get us.
Look at it.
How about shit
Knocked
outside?
out. Go ahead, Jake. Look at it. Out of there.
Say, man, I'm sick of looking at you, man.
Sick of our people looking at our people in a low state, man.
Hey, man.
Hey, man, he must get something fucked up.
in his life.
Right, man. Wicked ass nigga, man. The same nigga that delivered the Lord up, man.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, that might be one. Hey, man, ain't no telling, bro. That might be one of the goddamn centurions, man.